Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm excited about this week's coaching video because today I'm going to be talking about how to stop living for other people's approval. Somebody needs that word today. So what is the need to please disease? Let's look at it in a few common traits. So when you have that need to please, it's not being honest with others about who they really are. Did you hear what I said? I didn't say who you are, I said who they are. It's constantly worrying about what other people think. Being fearful of saying no. And I used to be fearful of saying no. Now, honey, I will sing it to the highest heavens. Do you hear what I'm saying? I have no problem with saying no. It's saying yes to every request that comes your way. Trying to do everything by yourself. It's feeling bad because you don't know the answer to a problem, or it could be being nice to the point of self-harm. And there unfortunately are some people that say they're always being nice, and they're hurting themselves even though they're trying to look out for other people. So the question is, if you are living for other people's approval, how can you focus on doing good work, being an amazing friend, spouse, or a community member? So let's talk about a few solutions to this tricky problem. So number one, learn to say no. Did you hear what I said? Learn to say no. As a matter of fact, in sign language, when you say no in sign language, it's simply this. That's no. So make a list of the number of times you say yes during the week. If you suffer from the need to please disease, the number of times you say yes in 1 week might be very shocking. So take some time, put pen to paper. You can take a little note in your phone, whatever works for you, of how many times you say yes to people. When someone comes to you and says, "Oh, Mary, can you stay a little late today?" "Oh, sure. Yes, I can do that." "Mary, do you mind taking on this project?" "Yes, I don't mind." Or I'm sorry, "Can you take on this project?" "Yes, I'll take that project on." Now, you have a ton of things on your desk and you don't have the time or the space to take on one more project, but you say yes because you don't want the boss to be mad at you, or even a coworker for that matter. You have your significant other. "Hey, babe, do you mind if we stay home tonight because I really want to watch the game?" "Sure, that's no problem." But you waited all week to go out to dinner because you had that cute little outfit that you wanted to put on. Count up the number of times that you say yes, and you will be amazed. Number two, being nice can be a downfall. Don't turn into a mean, evil person. However, being nice can be a downfall. If your aim is to please everyone, you will continue to say yes to projects and engagements you weren't excited about at all. And I'm going to tell you something. I've been down that road. And I actually have been down that road in church where people have asked me to give leadership to something. And I say yes because I feel like, well, it's the church. God would want me to. But in my heart, I was screaming, no. No, 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 no. But I blurted out yes, because we don't want, people to be upset with us. So rather than being nice, I think you should aim for being assertive and honest. That is the key, being assertive and honest. Say, "Hey, you know what? I'm glad you thought about me to work on that project, and I'm really, really thankful, but I'm going to have a decline. I really can't do it." Especially if you don't have the time, the energy, or even the desire. See, if you don't feel it right here in your heart, why say yes just to please somebody else? Because you're not feeling it. Let me move on, because like I said, this is going to hit home for some people. Tell your colleagues and loved ones how you really feel. Don't say yes because you want someone to like you. Say yes because you're thrilled about working on a project or going to an event. Now, when I say yes to something, it's because I truly want to work on it. It's not because I'm worried about your feelings, because I'm not. If I say yes, it's because I want to do it. Number three, know your limits, okay? Set clear boundaries and expectations about what you can and can't do. And I'm going to throw this in, what you will and won't do in your personal and professional life. In our hurried lives, it's easy to lose focus and tax our emotional and physical limits. Working too much, losing sleep, and snapping at loved ones are a few examples of things that happen when we push ourselves past our limits. It is okay to set boundaries, and I think that's something that a lot of people have a problem doing. I was down that road. That used to be me. But now I set boundaries. I'll say, yes, you know what? I can do that. However, this is what I will do, and this is what I won't do. Number four, pay attention to how you spend your time. Look at how you're spending your time and how you're spending your time with with the people that you love, and then make the necessary adjustments. So what I meant by that is, look at how you're spending your time. If you have a significant other and you're in church every day of the week, and your significant other only gets one day of your time, that's a problem. That is a huge problem. You've got to learn how to manage your time. Look at this is why, y'all, this is why I keep my planner, because I can see how I'm spending my time. And if I'm spending my time doing too much of one thing, I can say, whoa, you know what? Let me back off of that for a minute, because I'm doing a little bit too much in that area, and I really need to be doing more over here. So pay attention to how you spend your time. Number 5, ask for help. If you don't know something, then ask for help. It's okay to admit you don't have all the answers. You don't have to do everything by yourself. You don't. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I used to be that person. I never liked to ask for help. Honey, I would go through the Encyclopedia Britannica A through Z, 1 through 100, whatever the setup is, before I would ask someone for help, because I always felt like I had to do it myself. Now I don't do that. If I don't know how to do something, I'm going to ask for the help that I need. And then here's your takeaway. Here's your takeaway. You don't have to seek other people's approval to do good work, to be a good friend, a spouse, or community member. Always know that you don't need anybody else's approval. You don't need my approval. You don't need the approval of your friends, your family, spouse. You don't need anybody's approval to do the good work that you were called to do. And I know we all want to be liked, we all want to be appreciated, but there came a point in time in my life where I had to realize, you know what, Michelle, I don't need anybody else's approval. I really don't. And it's the same way on social media. Even here on YouTube, do you know how many people get frustrated because they look and they see a whole bunch of dislikes on their videos or negative comments, and they shut down, and some of them just do away with their page altogether? You don't need anybody's approval, because guess what? There are always going to be a handful of people that don't like you. They don't like what you do. But then you have a whole group over here that love what you do, that thank you for what you do, appreciate what you do. So stop looking for other people's approval. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to someone who wanted to do something, and because they didn't get the approval of their family or friends or coworkers, they said, forget it. I'm just not going to do it. Don't do that. If that thing is in your heart to do, it's in your soul to do, it's in your spirit to do it regardless of whether or not you have somebody else's approval or not. You don't need it, okay? Let me do a quick recap, and I promise I'll let you be. So today we talked about how to stop living for other people's approval. Because to be honest with you, we all want somebody's approval in some way, shape, or form. It can be just a little bit of approval, just a little bit. But at the end of the day, honey, don't let somebody else's approval of what you're doing stop you from being you. You can't do that. So we talked about how to get around the question of living for other people's approval. Number 1, I said learn to say no. This is so important. I cannot stress this enough, because I guarantee you right now that somebody listening to this video, you struggle with saying no to people. You hate to say no to people. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt to prove it. But now I have no problem saying no. If I don't have the time, if I'm not feeling it, it's just no. I'm not doing it. And I really don't care whether you like it or not. Sorry. Number 2, being nice can be a downfall. Don't let your being nice allow people to walk all over you, because I've seen that. Plus, I've been there. So being nice can be a downfall. It's a good thing, but it can be a bad thing too. So be careful with that. Number 3, know your limits. You need to set clear boundaries, okay? And expectations about what you can and can't do, and what you will and won't do. Number 4, pay attention to how you spend your time. You got to know how you're spending your time, because I guarantee you there's, and I've seen people like this. Every time the church doors open, they were in that church from sun up to sundown. I'm saying to myself, when do you go home to your husband? Or when do you go home to your wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend? Whoever your significant other may be. Be careful and pay attention to how you're spending your time. And number 5, I said ask for help. If you need help, please always ask for help. I don't mind asking for help, but I did go through a stage where I didn't want to ask for help, because I saw that as a sign of weakness, you know what I mean? And so I wouldn't. But now let me need some help. I'm picking up the phone, I'm calling somebody, or I'm going online to Google whatever it is I need. And the takeaway was you don't have to seek others' approval to do good work, be a good friend, spouse, or community member. You don't need their approval for anything. Well, you might need people's approval for something, but to be a good person, you don't need anybody's approval for that. So I want to say thank you so much to my new subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back, and there's nothing you can do about it. So until next time. Oh, and don't forget, if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, please, please, please email me. I will leave my email in the description box. Always reach out to me within reason. I will make that happen for you, okay? So until next time, take care, and I love you to the moon and back.